Y'all, a lot of stuff we do today is connected to this stuff from the past. And what I mean by that is, ancient techniques, certain tools we use, certain things that we do that we're not necessarily aware of, but it's connected to our ancestors. It's connected to how they overcame certain things, how they seen the world, right? And it's super powerful. So I have this book called Signs and Symbols, and it's super awesome to just open up and read some of the things. And so the one thing I've come across is that there's this it's almost like a yurt. So I've camped out in a yurt before, and those are super cool. But they go into this like little yurt, this little tent, and they have it to where it's like a rebirth, a reborn, and they go sit in this, and it has rocks, and they pour over it. Now, what does that remind you of? A sauna, right? And so today I actually utilize a sauna, and I never thought of this until I opened this book just today, and it's super cool. And it talks about how the Indian tribe, they would go and do this, like it was like a ritual almost, where they would go into this tent and they would sit in there and they would sweat, right? So it's the same thing as a sauna. It's just it's modernized today, right? And most people don't recognize this because they're either not tapped into the more ancestral spiritual world like myself, or don't have a book that shows them this, right? And this is where everything happens for a reason, y'all. Like, nothing is a coincidence, okay? And for me, just coming upon this page, just opening this page, because it's also on the page of shamanism. So I believe I'm connected to my shaman ancestors. And there's multiple ways, multiple ancestors that I have that were shamans. And so I believe I'm connected with that. But it's super cool because this is what they would do. And this is what they considered rebirth and reborn. And they would go into this tent and sit. And that's what a sauna is. There's so many different benefits to a sauna that we look at as for our health, but we don't realize it's a spiritual thing too. And I never realized this as well either, but I just learned something new today by opening a page in a book and reading something. And the fact that I'm doing it already just gives me even more excitement, more hope for myself, because every time I do go into a sauna or steam room, I'm like, whew. So for those who can get into a sauna, get into a steam room, do it. Because it's not only beneficial for your overall health, it's very beneficial for your, spiritual health, right? And, maybe also think about your ancestors and how they created this beautiful modern day sauna for us. The funny thing is, though, about this whole sauna thing is I only do 20 minutes, and that's a lot. That's a long time, especially for some people. And you have to work your way up to this, because some people, only do 5 minutes, only do 10 minutes, whatever it is. But back in the day, they used to do hours, y'all. They'd sit in this thing for hours, and it was a ritual to become reborn symbolically. So they'd sit in this tent, right? And the crazy thing is, the fact that they did this years ago was just, a tent in the natural world. Nowadays, we're doing it in gyms or spas or whatever, right? Wherever you're at. I've only done it in a gym. I know there's probably other places that you can do it at too, but it's super cool because you got to really think of how it's changed and how it's elevated us. But at the same time, they've done it for hours. I'm talking more than 1 hour, okay? And me, I only do it for 20 minutes, and I'm dying. And that right there tells you something. So it's a very powerful thing, and we can recognize this for ourselves anytime we use a sauna, anytime we go swimming, right? Anytime we become aware of just what we are utilizing in the modern day, in the modern world, and just how it connects to the ancestors, our ancestors, because we all have ancestors. You know, we all have someone before us. That's how we come about, right? And to recognize them and just be grateful for the fact that what they've put in place for us to live the way we're able to live now is super powerful and super beautiful. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks.